Okay, Jen, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, partsbreakers.com. Listing, not listing actually, this is a pre-sold, got a deposit on it frame. So we're doing our final video. This Jeep was all together just a couple weeks ago. So just like I said before in the tub video that I just did, we do these as an advantage for you, so you can see the frame or the tub, in this case the frame, as if you were here in person. And it just allows you to know what's ahead of you if you're doing blasting or painting or whatever. So everything you see, as far as we're concerned, unless we've specified, which is very rare that we actually do this, because in most cases these frames are so clean you don't need to. But all the black paint on this guy is actually the original factory paint from, this is a 99, so from 99, you know, however many years ago, 30 years I guess it is, plus 30 plus years. So it just goes to show you how clean our frames are, and how clean our Jeeps are when we get them. We rarely buy wreck Jeeps, very, very, very rare. These Jeeps over here are actually Jeeps. Some of these, this is a yard Jeep on the left here, and a customer's on the right up there, and then an employee's way out there. But the center Jeeps are Jeeps that are either, there's a red one that we actually have listed right now for sale, and then we have the two that just came in. So there was a fire in this one, clearly. That's a great vehicle to get parts from. A lot of those parts have already sold. It was an upper fire in the engine, but no wrecks, which is key. And I don't get fires all that often, but we do like them as long as they're out of the interior, or not super, you know, undercarriage stuff. And then we have, of course, the JK. So I don't mean to distract you at all from what our goal here was, and I'll go ahead and go over this guy. I'll flip it over here in a minute. But I just wanted to kind of emphasize on why our frames look the way they do, and whatnot. So anytime you get a little bit of rubber or metal on metal, you're going to see oxidized metal. This guy here has got a little bit on the top of this, so more than likely had something sitting up here and just rubbed through. It's surface only, there's no rod in that, but something that, again, if you're going to be painting it or whatnot, you'll definitely want to at least get some rust prevention, especially if it ends up in an area that's got rust on it. This side is perfect, so it wasn't at all on this side. And then, of course, you got bare metal where we've exposed when we pulled these bushings here and here. And you can see how beautiful and straight and clean, not wallowed out. These areas love to rust out, including all the way down the sides here. Those ones over there. And those are what holds this guy, along with the two back here and the two at the end here. Those are important because they hold this frame structurally to your tub. And then, of course, the underside of it holds your chassis, so it's kind of the glue in between everything. This has got a couple areas up here that have oxidized, but nothing, again, no rod or anything in that. And all the bolts, a lot of these, especially these shock mount bolts, even on, I've seen them on almost brand new Jeeps, and they break. They're just kind of a crummy design. But again, this frame is so clean, those ones actually, we were able to pull those, so there's no extraction on those. And I would almost say almost all my frames you have to pull bolts on, so that's pretty cool. The guys got those out. There's no extra time there. Of course, your rear subframe, that's nice and straight, clean, no rust there. Coil spring buckets, these are another area. Any area that traps moisture is going to rust. It's got a little bit on the top, but again, no rust, no rod in it. Same thing on this side. It's pretty much grade A, but it's got a little bit on the areas that you can see where they've had just something rub on them and get that paint off. So that's the top for you. A plus frame, very clean. Again, this one's already sold, or as long as we get, obviously, approval on it, but I believe it's sold. And yeah, if just because it is doesn't mean we don't have more, although I am running pretty dang low on these guys. This guy's going to be hard to lift because it's on a pallet. Let me move this forklift for just a second. And okay, so they're really not that heavy. Make sure that doesn't roll away. So it just takes a second here. I'll flip this guy over. More awkward than anything. You're gonna see nothing. stuck on that pallet there, so oops. All right, so bottom side should be in as clean or better than the top side, although you would think the other way around, but once again, we try to pride ourselves on our clean frame. So areas that love to rust out on these are all these points around the control arms. These are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous condition here. Coil spring mounts, those are in great shape. This is another area, it's metal on metal, and you see this has got a good layer there. That's actually not from the frame, that's from the belly pan. And occasionally that does do that. There's no, I'm gonna say it's a crummy design because it's worked for really long, but there's no isolating the metal on metal there. And so I can take this, and we would have done it actually already, but this will come right off. And again, this is just, if you look at the belly pan, which I'm not sure where it is right now, might have sold, but that's that. So anyway, the main things here that we want to make sure are good, and they are these 3 holes here. A lot of times if they're rusted, they will break. And those are a little bit more of a challenge to fix those. Those ones are nice and clean over there as well. And then another area that's really susceptible to rust, and what we get a lot of calls for, is these back areas here. Again, these are nice and clean all the way back to kind of this horn, they call them rear frame horns, that goes up to your coil spring here. I usually like to pull these just to show you how clean they are, and that's nice flat, nice smooth flat paint under there. No rust anywhere on that. And same side over here, no rust anywhere on that guy. And then back here again. So beautiful frame. Even this side is nice and clean here. It's got a little bit where that shock was mounted up there, just surface, but again, no rot on that guy. And then to your back half here. Okay, so questions, comments, concerns, or if you're interested in one of our frames or putting your name down for maybe a future frame, give us a call. 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. Typically these frames sell prior to listing them. So if you don't see them listed on the site, doesn't necessarily mean we don't have one or have one coming in. But I rarely have TJ frames or YJ tubs or CJ tubs. Those are kind of the 3 hardest ones to get. And TJ tubs are becoming that way as well, especially grade A ones, where they don't, they're just, you're not going to find them listed. So still reach out to me, still give me a call, and I can tell you how long it'd be, or we can put a deposit down for the next one and get you in line for that, and go from there. Okay, again, appreciate all your time. 303-666-9020. Use this as a guide if you're watching this and looking at Jeeps out there and wondering where they like to rust. Those are the areas I've pointed out that will show you, what's what. If you start getting holes in them, rust in them, rot in them, I can assure you if it's in one area, it's in every area, specifically back in these areas. These are the areas that are really prone to doing it. I've seen it in the middle, I've seen it in the front, but and that is, it's a job. I mean, this is a fairly large project to do. It's doable in a weekend if you have everything kind of organized out. But obviously these frames bring a decent price on them, so it definitely goes into your mind if you're buying a Jeep out there. Some Jeeps are such a steal, and it's worth it. And to get a frame and a tub, and then you put all your stuff on it, and you have a Jeep for, under 10 grand. And that's, in this day and age, is getting really hard to get TJs and YJs that are rust-free for under that price. So, okay, I'll stop talking now. Thanks so much, and have a great day.